Hello everyone, my name is Colleen Williams and I'm a Principal Program Manager on the EDGE team.
And I'm Sean Lyndersay and I'm a Partner Group Program Manager also on the EDGE team.
Sean and I are here today to talk about moving to EDGE, a modern secure browser with backward compatibility. We will walk through how the future of IE11 is in Microsoft Edge and walk you through the IE11 retirement announcement. We'll also show you new features that speak directly to being more efficient and productive while working in the browser.
This is pretty exciting, Colleen. The last time we were on stage together, I think, was Ignite 2019, when we announced the release date of the new Edge. It's been an amazing couple of years, and a little bit crazy.
Agreed. Edge debuted less than 2 years ago, and today is on hundreds of millions of devices.
That's an amazing number, and it really sets the stage for what we're about to talk about next.
IE has been around for close to 26 years.
Did you really have to go there?
I did. It's older than some of the people on our team. And after all this time, we announced that the IE11 desktop app will be retired on Windows 10, but we want to make sure everyone understands the future of IE is in Microsoft Edge. With IE mode, users can continue to utilize IE11 within Edge. If there are intranet sites that need backward compatibility for whatever reason, IE mode is your answer.
Yeah, when we rebuilt Edge on Chromium, we also built IE mode, which deeply integrates the IE rendering engine into Edge in a secure and reliable way, so your legacy sites will just work.
The retirement of IE11 desktop application will happen on June 15th, 2022, approximately 8 months from the time of this recording.
Just 8 months. The first browser I worked on was IE7, and although I'm incredibly proud of the new Edge, it was a bittersweet moment when we announced that. So, please make sure to check our FAQ to understand what SKUs are affected, as there are some caveats. In the same announcement, we stated very clearly that IE mode in the new Microsoft Edge will be supported until at least 2029. While the announcement was met with overall very positive sentiment, some questions have come forward about IE mode, how to get started, and what to do.
Let's take a step back for a minute. There are lots of line of business applications that need IE11 for whatever reason. In a survey conducted by Forrester Consulting on behalf of Microsoft in early 2021, we found there are 1,678 sites per organization that need IE11. Now that's on average. I've met customers who have more than that and less than that, but let's put the number of sites in a financial setting. How much does it cost to modernize these sites? This same survey found the average cost to modernize each site or app is approximately $335,000. I don't care what size your company is, that's a lot of money. Don't worry though, you can put these sites in the enterprise mode site list and they'll load in IE mode within Edge, and end users can continue working uninterrupted. But don't delay. With IE retirement coming in June, the time is now to prepare for the modern web, and your first step is to make sure you move to a modern browser, and Edge is that browser. As you can see by the numbers we just discussed, modernizing your sites takes time and money. With IE mode, you don't have to do that between now and June 15th. With that said, it's critical to start the process to move to IE mode now, starting with site discovery, which we'll get into further in a moment. It's important to call out that moving to IE mode is not an overnight switch, and so we want to make sure you have everything you need to be ready before end of support.
So some people may not have heard of IE mode yet. Could you tell us a little more about it?
IE mode is the dual engine advantage, as IE11 is running in the background of Edge on Chromium. So Edge can run both modern sites and sites that need the MS-HTML engine. Your first thought should be to move to a modern browser. Microsoft Edge on Chromium is that browser. Your second thought might be, but what about my intranet sites that still need IE11? This dual engine advantage means you can consolidate browsers and keep the workhorse IE era apps running seamlessly in IE mode. IE mode supports the same things as IE11: dock modes, ActiveX controls, browser helper objects, and IE settings and group policies are respected. While the announcement was met with mostly positivity and joy, some customers seem to be scratching their head on where to begin. We're here to help you. We have tools, documentation, videos, and I'll go through each step in our next few slides to understand what steps to take. We also have resources available at no additional cost with Aperture. The Aperture promise guarantees that if your site or app works in IE11, it should work in Edge, and if it doesn't, you can reach out anytime to get additional assistance. Now let's talk about the steps to get started. First, Identify what sites need to load in IE mode. To inventory sites, use the Site Discovery feature in the Edge Advisor area of the M365 Admin Center. This is critical to get started on now, as it can take about a month. Once you create the list, you can view the report to understand how to prioritize. Second, once you have the list, you'll need to configure the IE mode integration policy for Edge. Don't worry, we'll walk you through that. Third, use our new cloud site list management experience. This new feature allows you to manage your site list in the cloud versus on-prem. And finally, test. Make sure to test the configuration and set up and work on any reported issues. Edge Advisor Tools walks through all of the steps for a successful deployment of Edge through custom guidance based on your environment. Once the need for IE mode is understood, you need to enable IE mode configuration via policy. Now you'll see in the policy you can configure IE standalone or IE mode, but since we want to prepare everything to get rid of the IE11 desktop application, you should choose IE mode. We heard from many customers that having an on-prem site list was very cumbersome and needed to have something available in the cloud and need a better way to manage the site list. We've built out a new feature to do just that, called Cloud Site List Management Experience. If for some reason you're unable to move to this new experience, that's okay. The on-prem experience is still available and not being deprecated. In the current experience, you see the same set of steps. Inventory sites, configure IE mode integration policy, then you would set up your site list. But as you see here, this is on-prem. With the Cloud Site List Management experience, you still configure the site list, but you can now publish, edit, delete, and more in the cloud from the M365 Admin Center. The next step would be to configure IE mode Cloud Site List policy for Edge, and voila, you've used our new cloud solution. Let's open M365 Admin Center. You'll see this is the home page, and to the left you'll see Org Settings. Org Settings is where you manage settings for various services and apps. You'll see a new addition called Microsoft Edge Site Lists. Click on that area, and you can access the new experience to manage your site lists in the M365 Admin Center and publish in the cloud. This is our new Cloud Site List Management experience. Let's create a new list to show how it works. You can see off to the right, I'm naming a new site list called Fabricam and enter a description. You need to populate the site list, and you can do that by either add a site, or you can import a list you've already created. I'm going to import a list I've already created. Click Browse and open the file you want. You'll see I have an XML list, and I'm going to upload this list to my new Fabricam All Users. You'll see there are 4 sites that are added, 3 are neutral, and 1 needs IE mode. Remember, neutral sites are single sign-on sites that need to be configured or else auth will fail. Now that the sites are populated, I need to publish the list. I go back to the list, grab Fabric All Users, and click Publish Site List. I can specify the version. Now go back into the site list you just published and grab the site list ID. You need Edge to read the new site list that you just created, and this is why that site list ID is needed. Open the registry editor, and under Policy/Microsoft Edge, you'll see Internet Explorer Integration Cloud Site List. Paste the new site list ID in the Value Data field. Now that you've set up the new site list in the M365 Admin Center, you can manage the site list and add or delete a site as needed. Once you edit the list, make sure to publish the list again. All right, you've used Site Discovery Tool in Edge Advisor and inventoried your sites. You've configured the IE mode integration policy. You've set up the site list, either in the cloud or on-prem.
Hey, so one question I think I've heard from customers is what happens if they miss a site in the site inventory?
That happens, and we've got you covered. Users can unblock themselves real-time by using a local site list, which allows unconfigured sites to be reloaded in Edge.
Now, is there a way to get users to stop using IE? That's another question we get a lot. Once they've done the work, they want IE to be gone, because habits are hard to break. I mean, you know this.
You can disable the IE11 desktop application with the policy. This gives you an idea of what it will be like when IE11 desktop application is removed. We encourage you to do this to see if there are any errors and for your end users to get used to not clicking on that beautiful 26-year-old icon. Another way of testing everything is to utilize Windows 11, where IE 11 doesn't even ship. And finally, this date is fast approaching. Some customers have reached out and have asked for an extension. However, after further conversation, they haven't tried IE mode. Please do that first, and utilize our available resources for assistance. Extensions are not available. Remember, the first step in the journey to IE mode is to start a site discovery, and we strongly recommend you do that now so that if you have plenty of time to complete the remaining steps before retirement.
So when did you say they should get started, Colleen?
Right now.
Okay, got it.
You have everything you need in IE mode, and we've done a lot of work to simplify and document the experience and appreciate everyone's feedback in areas that could be better. Please keep the feedback coming. While we're on the topic of IE, one common question is about how IE mode is more secure than just plain old IE. You want to limit the use of the legacy engine to open only sites that you trust, such as those that you own, control, or know that they are free from security vulnerabilities. Ideally, all other sites that you do not trust, such as websites outside of your control, should use the newer, modern engine because it is more secure. Edge will switch users out of IE mode and back to a modern engine with modern protections when they visit a site that's not on the IE mode site list. It limits the next browsing action to not use the legacy tech when it's not needed. And as a final reminder, IE mode will be supported through at least 2029. This gives you a long lead time to budget and plan to modernize your environment at your pace. Now, while it's awesome to hear Sean and I talk, it's even more awesome to hear directly from customers. Here is GSK describing their experience with moving to Edge and using IE mode.
We started off with 1,000 total sites and applications that had a dependency on Internet Explorer 11. Legacy app compatibility remains a core feature in the way that we manage Edge. The commitment that we made to the business was that support would not go away because their sites were critical and will continue to be.
User acceptance of the Microsoft Edge as a default browser at GSK has gone very, very smoothly. Microsoft Edge is one browser that does it all for us.
And we have many more customer stories. Sean, I don't know about you, but that was a whirlwind talk about modernizing. Now tell me, once the users are in Edge, what can they expect?
That's a great question. Because moving to Edge isn't just about making sure those critical legacy apps seamlessly work. And it's not just about being a fast, secure browser for the modern web. It's also about bringing you and your users a browser that's designed for the modern way that people work. A connected, collaborative, hybrid, flexible work environment. We built Edge to be the ideal browser for modern work, powered by Microsoft 365. So okay, those are some good buzzwords, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Colleen, remember when we started working on this video, figuring out the flow, choosing what we want to talk about?
I remember it like it was just yesterday.
So it was. Now, Colleen and I, unsurprisingly, do a lot of our collaboration using Microsoft 365, whether it's Word to document key points, or Outlook to share updates with teammates and plan, or Teams for meetings and chats, and Edge for research and well, pretty much everything else. And it can be hard to keep track of all those things, but we've designed Microsoft Edge to build on Microsoft 365 to use the intelligence of the cloud and make it a little bit easier to stay on top of everything. I'll start with the most visible part, the New Tab page. Now, this page shows up whenever users start the browser or open a new tab. It's one of the most visible surfaces in the browser, and we want to make it useful. Now, when you're using Edge on a work PC or in any profile where you're logged in with a work or school account, you can switch to the Office 365 tab, where you'll see something like this. Now, we've talked in previous videos about how we'll surface recent documents and SharePoint sites to make it that much easier to get back into your work, as well as upcoming events, including one click to join a Teams meeting. But I want to share 3 new things that are coming soon to the New Tab page. First, a new important emails card, which automatically reminds me about emails that I might want to pay attention to.
You mean like my emails?
Absolutely your emails. Or anyone else that I might interact with that sends me a question and I haven't answered it yet. These surface right on the page and I can click straight to the email in Outlook if I need to respond to it. Second, the new to-do card, helping me keep track of what I need to get done today. I use this to keep focused on the important things.
Like Ignite?
That's my favorite conference. So, third new thing is the new Microsoft 365 feed, where the full intelligence of Microsoft 365 shows up, giving me a personalized feed of activity that might be useful to me getting my job done. Now, I've been testing these for a while, and I love the way that I can just open up the browser and see what I need to do next. Sometimes though, all the intelligence in the world can't guess what I need. So that's why I need to do search. Searching is the most common activity that users do in a browser. Well, other than clicking links. Now, modern search engines are incredibly powerful at finding things on the web, and Microsoft Search is amazing at finding things inside the company. So one of the features I use a couple dozen times a day is the integration of Microsoft Search into Edge, where the artificial intelligence technology from Bing and the personalized insights from the Microsoft Graph connect me to the best of the web and work in a single experience. I don't even have to think about where to do the search. I just click in the address bar or the search on a new tab page and type my search query. For example, maybe I'm searching for a piece of data that I read somewhere. Maybe it was in a public blog post on the web. Maybe it was in a presentation that was shared with me or in a Teams chat. Microsoft Search and Bing, integrated into Edge, can bring all of those together in a way that is completely seamless. While typing in the address bar, I'll get work-related suggestions. For example, my admin might have configured the system, so if I forget the site where I need to go to record vacation hours, I can just type vacation and the time and absence reporting tool will show up. Now recently, the team released the work vertical, which gives you a focused search experience for those times you know you just want work results, with work-related suggestions and custom search filters. Now I feel like I save hours a day with this. Employees searching for internal information could save 5 to 10 days a year. And support tickets can be reduced by 30 to 60% by populating answers to common questions in the bookmark system. Another feature I'm excited to share is sure to save a lot of time is the new shared links feature coming early next year. Now, if you're like me, people share links with you in Outlook or Teams all the time. Now, those links can show up automatically on the new shared links pivot in the history pane. Just click on the pivot and you'll see the links shared with you recently, including the context, who shared it with you, when they shared it, and whether or not it was a Teams chat or in an email. And in future updates, we'll make it even easier to find it by bringing the shared links to the History Hub and making it easy to search over them in the address bar using natural language. And when you open a link from another app, you'll have access to a pane that gives you the context for that link, where you opened it from, the subject of the mail, and who sent it to you. So you can keep track of those old links that are open. Speaking of links, if you're the kind of person who keeps your work and personal life in separate profiles, or who has multiple work profiles, we'll be launching a new feature that opens links from Outlook or Teams automatically in the right profile based on the account you are using in Outlook or Teams. Now, all of these features are part of our commitment to saving you time and energy by bringing the right information to you at the right place at the right time. Now, backing all of this great smart technology up, Edge has some of the easiest to use and innovative tools to keep you focused and organized while you're working. I personally love vertical tabs. I know it takes a couple minutes to get used to it, but now I cannot go back to tiny tabs at the top of the screen.
Yes, I have what seems like hundreds of tabs open at the same time.
But that's fine because you can use tab groups to organize them, and the ones you don't use simply go to sleep. So those resources aren't wasted on those numerous tabs opened from some previous forgotten time. And coming soon, tab previews, a feature that our fans loved from old Edge legacy. We're bringing it back, so you can hover over a tab and see a quick preview. So what about PDF? Did you know that PDFs are the most common file type found on the web? That's why we have a powerful, secure PDF reader built right in. Now, we've talked about it before, but the team has added a couple new features, including the ability to add text anywhere on PDF, even if the PDF didn't have an editable field where it should have. And when you reopen a PDF that you're reading or editing, it can take you right back to where you left off, just like Word and PowerPoint do.
And for those of you who love the Outlook desktop app on Windows, I love the web, but I'm still a fan of Outlook to tell you the truth. We have something you've been waiting for coming soon, the ability to preview PDF attachments right inside of Outlook.
And we didn't forget the basics. A smart, productive browser would be useless if it wasn't also fast, secure, and compatible. We're built on Chromium, so we're compatible with the whole modern web. Edge is consistently one of the fastest browsers on Windows with our investments in startup boosts and under-the-cover optimizations. And we're more secure than Google Chrome for businesses on Windows 11 as well as Windows 10, with the top-rated anti-phishing and anti-malware protection among major browsers, and with enterprise-grade security features like Application Guard and Endpoint DLP. And that was a lot, but we wanted you to know that Edge is not just the only browser that lets you have the best of the modern web and runs your legacy sites in IE mode, but it's also packed with innovation that you and your users will love.
Let's recap. Edge should be deployed in your environment. Then you should understand your IE11 needs and prepare for IE mode because June will be here in no time. Remember, no extensions. And Sean walked us through some amazing productivity features that you and your users will love. Thank you for listening and watching, and please continue to provide feedback.